Hello, it's Uncle Jim. The last video was a disaster because of bullet weight issues or enigmas, and so it's bugging me. So we're going to figure this out today, and I'm going to pull a couple bullets and weigh them. So in the previous video, we shot a jug with the Federal Hydro-Shok, supposedly 230 grain, and a lot of this is unknown because I don't have the box. And I have a lot of miscellaneous hollow points. A lot of them are from range sweep ups, and I would keep the factory hollow points. And I suspect that's where this one came back that had the major bullet setback from feeding. And so we're going to pull one of each here. And so first I'm going to weigh these completely loaded. 324.7 grains, and the one with bullet setback 325.3 grains. All right, so let's pull the bullets and weigh those, and then maybe we'll shoot a milk jug again. All right. Okay, I'm not even going to bother with a kinetic puller and try and save the bullet. It's just not worth it to me, so we'll just melt them down. I'll start with the hard one first, the one with the bullet setback. We're using the Uncle Jim Prairie Dog puller here. And I'll try not to mess this up. This one's going to be a little, okay. Yeah, that one was tough. Let's try that again. Get a better grip on this thing. Definitely saving the brass and primer. Oh, that was in there good. Had a lot of bullet setback. We'll look at the powder too. All right, this one should be easier because it looks factory unmolested. And I found a few more of these, and these here are the same batch as what I shot. So I'm really curious on this one. Oh yeah, that came out way easier. It wasn't set back. Yes, I could have saved the bullet, but whatever. All right. Hold on a minute. We got distracted. Tin Man sent me a text about this deal from PSA. And so I checked my email, and sure enough, it's legit. 10 millimeter Rock Island fiber optic sight, adjustable rear sight, nice grips, all enhanced. And it's $3.99 for a 10 millimeter. So sometimes you don't lollygag. So we have one. I should have it in hand in a couple days. All right, so if you guys are looking for a 10, you better jump on this now because you're never going to see them for 400 bucks. Thank you, PSA. You guys rock. Speaking of rock, let's do a close-up. Oh, yeah. I'll take that all day and Sundays. So stay tuned for that. All right, continuing. All right, so I'm pretty excited to get that 10 millimeter. Hopefully it shows up. We got the weekend coming up. Hopefully I get it by the weekend. And it's going to need a stiffer recoil spring. All 10 millimeters are usually undersprung. And I think I only have like 18 pound. So I got to do that. That's exciting. All right, back to this. Now, I've owned a ton of 10 millimeters when they weren't as possible because 40 came out. Long slide, Javelina, Smith 1006, EAA, Glock 20, Dan Wesson Bobtail Commander. What else did I have? I had a bunch of them. Never the revolvers, though. Anyway, that's what a 41 or 44 Magnum's for. All right, back to this. In the previous video, we shot a 230 grain, what was supposedly a 230 grain Hydro-Shok, and when I weighed it with the jacketing, it only came out to like 163 or 4 grains. And I'm like, what the hell? Maybe I got some lighter bullets or something, but didn't recall. So here are the two bullets. The setback one is on the left, and we're going to weigh these now. And look at that, 230 grain. Here's the setback one, which I didn't shoot, 231.1 grain. So I know it wasn't me screwing up. Maybe I had a 185 or something in a Hydro-Shok, I don't know. Anyway, I do have a few more of these in the bag from the same batch, and maybe I'll shoot a milk jug. So now let's look at the powder. I think Federal says they use a special powder. Here's the setback one. These can be from different years. And again, this ammo was at least 20 years old. Let me tap it with something. Maybe we should weigh that too, shouldn't we? It's kind of sticky in there. Okay. Yeah, let me cut and let's weigh this for the hell of it. Okay, let's take a look at the powder here. All right. Focus. All right, let's see what this one weighs. This is from the setback one. 6.3 grains, 6.2 grains. Let's make sure we're zero. 1279, yes we are. We got George Jetson here. All right. Okay, let's try the other one. Yep. Okay, this is the one that was non-setback. Could be different years from each other. .8 grains. And we're not focused. Great. 6.8 grains. Let's do a close-up of that. Okay. Now it's saying 6.9 grains. We're still zeroed because that's what the George Jetson weighs. Okay, 6.9 grains. And we're out of focus again. I'm sorry. I'm a monkey. Anyway, so I was correct. They were 230 grains. So what happened here? Let me get rid of that. Oh, these powders look different. The color looks different. On the left is the non-setback bullet. We need better lighting. It's a lighter gray. Interesting. All right. Anyway, I'll just reflare these and use them again. They're already primed. Make sure the leftover residuals out of there. Anyway, so what happened here? This is very curious. We shot this same exact bullet. It only got 163 or 4 grains. So did some of this disintegrate around the edges? Or yeah, I'm talking, you know, because this looks totally intact. I have no idea. So I'll grab another one of these. I'll pre-weigh it to make sure, because we know what they weigh loaded. And probably use a bladder box, because we'll use an Uncle Jim bladder box, because I want to make sure if there's any particles we can see it at the bottom of the bag. All right, a few tips on the bladder boxes. Run a piece of packing tape down the middle all the way around, and then one over the top so they don't bulge. The bigger they are, the more they bulge. All right, let's see what happens. All right, we got a center hit, one-handed. The first box has a couple pieces of jacketed. And there's our Hydro-Shok in the second box. So I'll try and collect everything I can here. And Pirate Ducky, even though he wasn't in the water, he did a nice little backflip for us today. Good job, Pirate Ducky. Okay, so this is what came out of the bladder box. There was one piece of jacket in the first box, which was 14 inches. And then it retained its jacket this time, probably because it didn't have milk jugs scraping it off. It's a little smaller diameter than the previous video. And the whole reason for this test is this came out way light. It was 160.4 grain. But it's the identical bullet that came out of the baggie of this that had 8 rounds in it, which tells me I yanked those out of a 1911 and cycled my ammo. So these two were the same ammo, and they were 230 grain. So let's weigh this one. Jacket intact this time, 127.1, and the piece of jacket in the first box, 128.5 grains. Now that makes sense. All right, so the Enigma is gone. I like using the bladder box because I can recover everything as long as it doesn't come out the front. Usually I'll put something in the front of the box so it makes a clean hole and only drains out and everything is still at the bottom settled. But I didn't do that this time. I did find a piece of jacket on the ground, but that could have been from another test or the previous test, so I only used these. All right, so let's check diameter. It looks smaller, obviously, and I'm not going to count the petals because that's sticking way out. And also the jacket is super stiff and super hard. They probably do that for barriers, so we're just going to measure the lead and see what we get. 694, 688.7, 680. So 694 is our largest part of just the lead itself. And we have our teat. We still retained our teat. And so that's what it looked like in just pure water, basically. No jugs tearing the jacket off. All right. That makes more sense. So this time we didn't lose any lead. I have no idea what happened in the previous video. This coming out light, but this makes more sense. It's almost 230 grain. So that is great. I hope you enjoyed the video or got something out of it. Maybe not. But thanks for watching. Until next time.